guys? So, what we have before you are two subcompact pistols. One is a Springfield Armory XD9 subcompact. Yeah, I seen that on the review. Go check out the review of my Springfield Armory XD9 subcompact. The other is a Taurus G2C. Both both the 9mm pistols. I did a comparison on these two. Go check out the comparison video. They're both the same class guns. I classify like most people. So compacts are, pistols, with the with like a 2.5, 3 inch barrel. Okay. And then even sometimes you can classify with the frame being kind of short. So these are identical almost in height. I mean in slide length. So these are definitely in the same class. They're both double stacked. They both hold almost the same standard capacity. But what I want to talk about is why does this one cost about $400? This is what I classify as a I call this let me see, I forget. This XD goes for maybe 400. You can catch these for like 450 the most, man. You shouldn't pay any more than 450 for these right now. Back in 2010, this was maybe closer to $500, but the prices have dropped on them because the demand for them ain't really there anymore. Nobody really looks to buy XDs anymore because you got the Hellcats out. You got the this is the first XD. This is actually Springfield had the HS 2000 pistol, and before it was called XD9 XD series. It was HS 2000, which looks almost similar. If I get my hand on it, I am looking for a HS 2000. I can't wait to get my hands on one of those. But now you have the XDMs, you have the Mod 2s to these, the XD9 Mod 2 series, different grip stippling and slides a little different, but it's the same gun. So the demand for these ain't really there no more. These are what you would probably call obsolete as far as carry, but I can't. This is one of my carry guns. I ain't gonna ever stop carrying this gun. That's for spring. I carry this in the springtime. So, and then newer G2C. But why is this one 450, which I classify? This is between 420 and like 450 ish, and I classify that as as being a decent price good. Okay, right under moderate price, which is a little higher, like Glock or certain Glocks. But this model of Springfield is this one in particular is in the decent price range. Springfields in general are, for the most part, decent price guns. Okay, they're not really budget guns; they're like decent price guns. Okay, but why is this 450 and this one 230, 240? What is the reason why these is the 200, almost $200 difference? Well, the reason why is you do sometimes get what you pay for. This definitely has, first off, the name, the proven reliability of them. So right off the back, this is more proven than this Taurus. Off the back, the finish on both of these is different. I would say XDs don't even have the greatest finishes themselves. Nowhere near Glock's type finish. These XDs they are. If you do a lot of holster wear, definitely you'll start seeing a lot of in and out with the holster. You'll start seeing a lot of holster wear on the side and stuff like that. I used to my Glock 30, never seen it. I've been in and out of the holster for years. Nothing. Okay, that tenor for finish ain't no joke. These have more of a chalky. I don't know what to really call this kind of finish, but the finish on these Total Taurus very easy to scratch. You can scratch it with your nail if you wanted to. Very cheap finish. You can get the slide wear on these too if you holster it in and out after a while. So, but this one definitely has a better finish. Definitely has a better finish than this. So that's factoring into the cost. Uh, the polymer quality on this gun versus this is hands down. I told y'all about Springfields. They got this kind of hard fucking polymer, bro, that is damn near bulletproof. It's really tough. This is, I mean, polymer itself, but the Springfield's polymer is different, man. Look it up. But that's one reason. Uh, if I take these guns down, I can also show you some things about the internals. So here we have both pistols broken down, so I can show you the quality of the internals. So we're gonna look at the frames for a second. Got the Springfield on the left, the Taurus on the right. Yeah, the metal, the metal railings on the Springfield is definitely beefier than the Taurus. Bigger metal rails, longer tracks, as you can see right here. The quality of metal definitely looks much more different, much more stout. Better metal quality on the Springfield than it is on the Taurus. If I was to press this hard enough, I can bend it. I feel it flexing. This one, I can hardly feel it flexing. So yeah, if I press down hard enough on this here, yeah, it'll bend. Um, you get a good look at that real quick. So the frame quality, the internals of the frame definitely different. You can just look at it and tell Springfield, the machining on the slides, all that stuff goes into the quality, the price point. Go to the slides now. The machining, uh, much more goes into the machining on the Springfields. Much more time. It looks like they take. If you sometimes if you look closer, if you look a little bit, but the Taurus isn't bad though. They're the way they roll their words onto the gun. It's not. It's pretty clean, man. It's not fucked up. But sometimes you can see burrs and stuff like on my Smith and Wesson SD9. I see burrs and all kind of stuff on that finish, but you don't see that with the Glock 19. So it's a difference. Also, price point goes into the barrels. The barrels of these guns. Look at the barrel on the Springfield. Look how thick, match grade type barrel on the Springfield, man. It's just no match. The springs. Yeah, both springs look pretty. Even the Taurus, they both have the captive recoil springs, but closer look at you can just tell the spring quality on both guns is quite a bit different. On Taurus, much more softer metal. You can just see it, but I mean, both still pretty good, man. The way the slide is cut, you can see little pit marks on this. Well, if you can look at that right here, you see those little pit marks. You don't really see any of that on the XD. So I look at little stuff like that, man. There's a reason these cost almost $200 more. Some say, oh, it's not justified. Well, in the long term, it is. When you think about it, in the long term, it is justified because as much as I love Taurus, the jury is still out on how long they'll hold up through the round counts. And the I mean, I'm just keeping it real. The Springfield is just going to hold up much better, man. I mean, no slight. There's not a slight to Taurus, but that's what it is. It's a reason. If and there's a reason, people don't understand stuff like that. There's a reason why. I love. I'm not knocking Taurus. I'm not a snob at any by any means, but there's a reason why certain gun manufacturers, the military look at them versus other guns. You know what I'm saying? That's why Sig, Glock, Smith and Wesson, like they get looked at more than like a Taurus, or you're not gonna see a Marine carrying a Kel-Tec or something like that. You're just not gonna see it. You're just not. So that's just what it is. That just goes with the territory, man. That goes with the territory. There's different strokes for different folks. That's not a knock. It's not a knock on the Taurus by any means. But just saying, there's reasons for price points, man, most of the time. Now you have one of these versus a high point. Obviously, this gun, a lot more went into making this gun than the high point. Even though the high point, a lot of people say that they're unreliable. Lots of people say that. I used to have a C9, never had any problems with it. But the metal in the high point is much cheaper than the Zamac alloy that they make the high points from versus the stainless steel on the Taurus. So that's why the Taurus is going to cost more than the high point. It's the same goes with the Taurus. Cost the XD costs more than the Taurus. And then you have the SIGs, the P229s and stuff like that will cost more than the XD9. There's reasons why. But I will say this. The XD being from Croatia, the quality of it can definitely is up there with a SIG Sauer. Because all those countries over there, they make quality pistols. Glock, Walther, Sig Sauer, Springfield, Armory. This is what they do. So that's all, man. It's like I said, different strokes for different folks. There is reasons why there's categories of price ranges of guns, and lots of it goes to marketing. Sometimes lots of it goes to the proven, like the reputation of the gun manufacturer. A lot of it goes into the way the type of metals that goes into the guns. All of that stuff plays a factor. So lots of times they say you get what you pay for, which is true. Sometimes you do get more than what you pay for, and Taurus might be one of those things, but that remains to be seen. This is your boy Rebel Shooter. Catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.